If you want to buy or upgrade to a brand new iPhone this year, but you are not so sure which one to go for, then you've come to the right video. Welcome to TechPod ZA. My name is Musanziane. So in this video, I'll take you through a list of all the available iPhones that you can buy brand new in the first half of 2023 from the official Apple resellers or retailers in South Africa. By the end of this video, you should be able to make the right choice and buy the best iPhone, the best suitable iPhone for you. Because I understand that there is a lot of choices out there, so don't worry, this is the right video. I'm going to take you through all of these phones. I'll tell you what is the pros and the cons of each one of the phones, and then you should be able to make the right decision. So this video is part of the buyer's guide series that I've created. So if you are looking to buy an iPad or a Macbook or an Apple Watch, then you should look below in the description. Depending on when you watch, you should be able to find a link to go and watch the next video after watching this video, of course. So for each phone, I am going to tell you who it is best suitable for, or who should be buying that specific phone, and I'll tell you what is the price that you can expect to pay right now. So let's jump to it. So we'll start with the two cheapest iPhones that you can buy right now, brand new, and that is the iPhone SE 3 and the iPhone 11. So both the iPhone SE and the iPhone 11 are selling for 11,000 right now. However, these are two completely different phones in terms of the design and the specs. So the iPhone SE 3 has the older body design, which is the legacy body design that still has a fingerprint scanner, but it has all the power because obviously it was released in 2022, and it packs an A15 Bionic chip, which you can also find in the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 14. So that is some good power right there. Except the only downside is that you will have to sacrifice the newer body designs. So this phone will be best suitable for people who still prefer the fingerprint scanner, and I think also for senior people who are not so tech savvy, because I think it will be easier for them to operate an iPhone that has a home button and a fingerprint scanner as opposed to an all gesture iPhone. The second group of people that should be buying this iPhone SE is the people who like to have two phones. So people who like to have like a top end phone and a small phone. So if you like to have two phones, one small and then one top end, the iPhone SE is still the best option. And then there is another group of people that I would recommend the iPhone SE to, and these are Android users who just want to try iOS without having to spend a lot of money. So the iPhone SE might be your best option there. And then lastly, I think for teenagers and for kids, because it is a smaller 4.7 inch, it will definitely be best suitable for them. And then on the other hand, we have the iPhone 11, which is different. The iPhone 11 has an all gesture screen and a Face ID. So this is a different phone from the iPhone SE. So the iPhone 11, I would recommend it to people who are upgrading from older iPhones such as the iPhone 7 or 8 or SE1 if you are on a tight budget but you would like to experience the new designs of iPhones that have the Face ID and stuff like that. So the iPhone 11 would be a good choice. But just something to note in terms of the iPhone 11 is that the iPhone 10, there is already rumors that it won't be supported on the iOS 17. So there is a chance that the iPhone 11 is next in line. Just know that in a year or two, you might have to upgrade again if you care about newer software updates. And then on to the next iPhone, and that is the iPhone 12. So the iPhone 12, in terms of design, it looks more like the modern phones, like your iPhone 13 and iPhone 14, because it has the flat edges. However, the camera still looks like the iPhone 11. So it is lined up straight as opposed to diagonally on the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 14. So that is how you can actually tell an iPhone 12 from the iPhone 13 and the 14. The cameras are lined up straight on the iPhone 12. It is a pretty decent phone. It takes very good quality pictures, and I'd say that I still recommend this one for people who are on a budget and they want a standard iPhone that looks a bit more modern. So you can buy the iPhone 12 for around 15,500, and I'd recommend this for people who care about the flat edges. So people who don't want the older rounded edges that you see on the iPhone 10 or 11, and they just prefer the new flat edges that you find on the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 14, but they're a bit on the budget, so they should be able to get the iPhone 12. And then another option is the iPhone 12 mini. So if you like compact phones, then you can opt for the iPhone 12 mini. And in terms of the iPhone 12 Pro Max, that is a phone that is difficult to find brand new today, so we won't talk about it on this video. We'll talk about it on a separate video. So two options on the iPhone 12 is standard iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini. So on to iPhone 13. So iPhone 13 will cost you 18,000 for a 128 gig. I myself use an iPhone 13 and I made a whole video explaining why I bought the iPhone 13 instead of the iPhone 14. So I'll drop a link on the description below so that you can watch that video. So to summarize, the iPhone 13 is exactly the same as the iPhone 14. 95% of the features are the same. Not much has changed from the iPhone 13 to the iPhone 14. Very minor things there. Even the specs, even the design, both phones look exactly the same. So the iPhone 13, I would recommend it mostly for people who like the standard sized iPhones and they want the latest iPhone. So if you want the latest iPhone and you prefer standard sized iPhones which are 6.1 inch, so obviously the latest standard iPhone is the iPhone 14, but if you want best value for money, then the iPhone 13 is the best phone. And that is why I bought the iPhone 13. And then the other group of people is a group of people who like standard sized iPhones, but they want pro features. So pro features are found in the iPhone Pros. For this group of people, then the iPhone 13 Pro is your option. So pro features are features such as your 120 refresh rate and then that extra lens camera there. And also you might also like features such as the frosted back and the stainless steel sides. So you have to go for the Pro option if you care about those things. So iPhone 13 Pro if you like standard sized iPhones with Pro features. And that would cost you somewhere around 25,000 rand to buy today. And then if you like Pro features but you like a bigger sized phone, then you have to go for the iPhone 13 Pro Max. But that is another one of the phones that is difficult to find today. And then on to the iPhone 14. The iPhone 14, it is the latest standard iPhone, but as I've explained, the iPhone 13 provides best value for money when you compare it to the iPhone 14. However, if you insist that you want the latest, the very latest, and you say you care about those small features such as an improved camera system or a slightly improved camera system and crash detection, then that's fine. You can go for the iPhone 14. Otherwise, you should be looking at the iPhone 13 as your option. And then the iPhone 14 price wise goes for around 20,000 as compared to the 18,000 on the iPhone 13. And then on to the iPhone 14 Plus. The iPhone 14 Plus, this is the winner right here. This is the best value iPhone across all the iPhones. Previously, if you wanted a bigger phone, you were forced to go for the iPhone Pro Max, and that is a pricey phone. But right now, you have this option right here of the iPhone 14 Plus, which costs only 21,000, and you get a gigantic 6.7 inch screen and the latest hardware that is found on the iPhone 14. So this is why I say this is the best value phone right now. This is for people who prefer bigger size phones, but they say I don't have the budget to be buying an iPhone Pro Max. So you can go for the iPhone 14 Plus and save yourself some money. Now on to the last two phones, perhaps the best iPhones right now, the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now these two phones are different from all the phones that we've spoken about up to so far. These phones come with a new notch, and that is the dynamic island, that is the floating notch. Now this design, it is believed that it will be the design that will be carried out on future iPhones. So all of the future iPhones will eventually have a dynamic island notch until they change the design. So if you are someone who likes to jump on the ship early, then you can go for the iPhone 14 Pro. And again, if you're a Pro user and then you say, I just want the latest, then you can go for the iPhone 14 Pro as well. But something to note is that you will have to spend somewhere between 27,000 all the way up to 42,000, depending on whether you are buying the Pro or the Pro Max and the storage option that you opt for. So you can choose up to 1 terabyte. And that's it. This is the list of all the iPhones that you can buy. I hope now you have a much better idea of which phone you are going for. So let me know in the comments which phone you are upgrading to or which phone you are buying. And thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video.